can sit until thousands of years and all the world come and go and things are reborn and destroyed. You will never get anything if you don't get it right. Similar, we have these, nowadays we have these numeral lock, no? And you can turn it for 100,000 years. If you don't turn to the right number, you can never open it. It's just like that. Or nowadays we have telephone. If you just push one number wrong, you won't get the person you want, right? Or email, or whatever, you name it. Or television, radio, you have to turn to the right frequency. Otherwise you get nothing. You can sit there all your life, keep turning back, forth, in, out, nothing will happen. There's only one way to do things is the right way. There's only one way, the correct way. And the Kuan method is the correct way to get enlightenment. I mean the real one, the ultimate one, and the right one. Buddha said that, huh? Don't think I try to convince you. Yeah. All the masters say the same thing. If you have time to study all the scriptures here and there, they mention like that. But only after you practice Kuan method, then you would understand. And the same like when they translate like Kuan Bodhisattva contemplates on the sound of the world. Actually, on the sound of the creation. The world is creation, of course. But not the created sounds like the bird chippings or the waves of the ocean. Even though it mentioned in even Lotus Sutra that Kuan Bodhisattva contemplates. She has inside her or him this wondrous sound, like the sound of the water, the sound of the tidal waves, the sound of etc., etc. In the Bible, mention the same thing. One of the saints ascended to heaven and hear the sound of thunder or something like that. So these we, Kuan Yin practitioner, would understand perfectly clear. But if nobody pointed out to you, and if you have no experience about it, you would also not understand. Many Zen stories saying that one monk, he was meditating and then suddenly he heard a very loud, big sound, That's after many years of practicing. Yeah, suddenly here one time. Maybe never hear it again. Because it's just like a coincidence that he heard it. Not like he knows the way to practice so that he can hear it every day. The more we hear this teaching, inner teaching, or our own true nature, the more we understand many things. Yes. The more we will feel free. The more we feel that we are nearer to Buddhahood or nearer to heaven, or maybe already with heaven, with God, one with God. That's the only way. Up to now, I practiced this many ways as well before Kuan Yin method. I do breathing, I do Hatha Yoga, I do pranayama. It's similar to breathing, yeah, okay, etc., etc. Some monks in India, I'm not sure if they do it in Taiwan or China or other country or not, but in India, they practice so many things that you have no idea that the human are capable of doing that. Sitting on the nails, the bed is nothing yet. Standing on one leg forever is nothing yet. Hanging your hair on the tree just so that you don't ever fall asleep or fall down, that's nothing yet. Like sometimes they put a long, small, thin piece of cotton, long, very, very long. They put it through the nose and go all the way down to their stomach. The whole thing, huh? I don't know how long, just maybe more than a meter at least. Even for me, it's just 10 centimeters, it's already suffering. I won't do it. And they do that, all kind of things. Bathe in freezing water, it's another thing. In the Ganges, freezing water. Well, that I did. I thought maybe to clean my karma. But they do that all the time. And soaking themselves in there until they become even like an ice cube. Or burning under the Indian high summer sun with the fire around it as well. And the summer sun in India, some place it can burn your skin, first or second degree even, if you sit too long. But they do that all the time. Of course, maybe slowly get used to it, not like immediately shave the head and go sit under the sun for hours on end. It's not like that, but still, it's still very, very, very harsh, the sun of India. No? I almost died because of Indian sun. I went to Bodh Gaya, in my wandering time, to see Buddha's Bodhi tree. It was in May. It wasn't high summer yet. And then I walked. I didn't know. I didn't think too much. I normally don't think too much. I go to the Himalaya alone, also didn't think much. I go under the summer sun, I also didn't think much. It's just too much focus, on my goal. And I got sunstroke. I almost died on the street. Because when you walk in such a sun, it's like you climb in the Himalaya mountain, or the Sumeru, Yeah, you cannot even walk. You walk is like you walk in a dream, You cannot even walk. You walk like you carry mountains on your shoulder. Every step is like so laborious. I don't know why I did that. Just too young, too young and too idealistic. I did not think too much about the outer effect or the outer situation. I just want to do what I do, and I forgot that. And I almost died. Luckily, I dragged myself into somewhere, and then it was a temple. Yeah, and then I take a rest for a while. That's the first time. The second time, I almost died again and found another temple. The first temple was tended by an Indian man, but he cooked vegan for me. Just congee and some of the... I told you this story already, maybe a little bit more elaborate now as I remember it. And then I said, how did you know how to cook rice congee? He said, my master taught me. I said, who is your master? A Taiwanese monk. I was very lucky. I almost died. Without this food and without the shade to rest, well, even with that, I went to see the Buddha Bodh Gaya. I want to see the Bodhi tree before I die, before I almost die on the way back, And then in front of the temple, almost collapsed. And the man took me in, gave me, thing to drink, and I didn't even have anything to drink with me. They don't sell things on the road, all the time, I was walking. It was not that convenient. And so after that, I recovered, But I did not learn, Next time I want to see Varanasi, the deer park, I want to see the first Buddha preaching place, and I had to see it. And I walk again, under the sun again. I almost die again. Luckily, in front of another temple. That temple is actually is a Tibetan temple. And Tibetan monks, not all of them are vegetarian, Yeah, almost all of them, most of them are not vegetarian. They eat what is offered to them, yeah? Of course, they're not picky, or nothing like that, but same with Thai monk or Cambodian monk, Miandian monks, many of them are not vegetarian. So I collapsed in front of I can't remember what temple looked like. It's just because I was very sick already, I could hardly walk, breathing difficulty, fever. And I almost collapsed there. And then a Tibetan monk came out and took me in and put me on his bed and covered me with like a mosquito net kind of, it's a big one, like a tent, but smaller, you cover, then you sleep. So you don't have to hang it, they make it like that. Similar to some people, they make like a mosquito net, but smaller, like a half round, and then they cover the food, in summer. So the insects don't spoil it, okay? Similar like that, but bigger. Enough for me. He covered me from head to toe. And he let me stay there, and he said, oh my God, fever. The worst thing is that I already had fever. And then I went in the temple, and I took a shower. The water there is boiling hot. because it's the sun. And all the pipes are heated also. I didn't know that. I just took a shower. It made me even hotter. I keep feeling burn everywhere. It's not like the skin come off or anything, but it was really very, very painful. The monk took care of me like a father. I never forgot. And then he said, you must eat something. I cook something for you. I said, no, I'm not eating any meat. He said, no, I'm also vegetarian. It's Tibetan monk. And you found it there, vegetarian, believe me or not. Yeah, I always collapse in front of vegetarian temple. It's funny. Actually vegan, there's nothing, just some dry protein and a little japchae, vegetable, japchae. I still remember that word, japchae means vegetable in India. And just a little bit like that. And then I recovered slowly, and he gave me medicine and stuff. Such a kind monk he was, yeah. Otherwise, maybe I die already, yes. Because at night, when I was walking around, before I reached Deer Park, I was walking around and find somewhere to sleep. I cannot find anywhere. So I slept outside, I slept outside in the open, alone. And the mosquito or some insect is also giving me some present, make it even worse. Yeah, I was a natural ascetic because there's no choice. Drinking Ganges River, when on the higher side of the river there was some leprosy people living there, and nothing happened to me. I drink all kind of water, nothing happened. It's just the sun. Just make trouble. But that did not give me any enlightenment. All this kind of asceticism. It's just natural. Number one, I didn't have a lot of money. Number two, I did not have enough facility to cook. Yeah. Number three, I don't have anywhere to cook. I cannot carry a lot of stuff because I'm small. I can only have one blanket or a sleeping bag at that time, and just 2 pair of clothes similar like this, Punjabi clothes, yeah, that's all. And a staff, of course, for walking, yeah. On the mountain road, you need it very much for climbing up and coming down to balance yourself. Otherwise, if you just walk alone without a staff, you might slip, okay? Yeah. Either going up, slipping down, or going down and slipping down. Yeah. So that's all I have. So you can see many monks in India, they have a staff also for that. Yeah. So do you have enough asceticism yet? Because the master will teach you more than I can say, more than I have done. The master Mahavira will teach you more. That is just a prelude, okay? Just appetizer for you. Now come the real thing. I don't know if anyone in the history of mankind could have done or could be doing or will be doing such an asceticism, such a sacrifice like the Lord Mahavira, okay? That's why I want to read it to you. By the way, we have to thank the society who made it. That's society is called Sunny Publications in New Delhi. We really thank them. And if we can find them, we will offer some financial offering so that they can continue publishing more books to spread the teaching of Lord Mahavira. We thank them, huh? And may God bless them limitlessly. Okay, now it is the great renunciation. It was the 10th day of the dark fortnight of the month of Marxist Sanskrit. I don't know a lot of Sanskrit, okay? Don't blame me. I went there for enlightenment. I didn't went there for Sanskrit. I did learn some, but you learn here and you return it in India. Throw it in the Ganges River already. If it wasn't for you, I don't even need to read anything anymore. Just like a kindergarten teacher, she already over it, and she has to read everything. It's a children's story book and stuff for her students. Prince Vardaman had observed a ritual fast for 2 days. A palanquin named Chandrabrab was prepared for his great renunciation. Sometime in the afternoon, Vardaman came out of the palace and climbed into the palanquin, small coach, that people carry another person on it now in a long time. Some rich people or royalty, they go on palanquin, they don't walk. Me also, I don't walk with this type of shoes. I walk a little bit. The procession with the palanquin proceeded to Chanatkan Garden in the northeast of Kshatriya Kund. The palanquin was placed near an Ashok tree. Ashok tree has nothing to do with the King Ashok, okay? One of the most ardent devotee of Buddhism, and he was credited of spreading Buddhism everywhere. As Ashok, King Ashok is different. I don't think this tree belonged to King Ashok. It's just the name of it. Fancy a king has a name like a tree. Vardaman got down from the palanquin. Thousands of eyes were staring at the prince. His golden body was adorned with a beautiful dress and scintillating ornaments. The next moment, he had removed all the ornaments and his dress as well. Nothing left on his body anymore. The only cover on his body was a piece of cloth resting on his shoulders and provided by Indra. Indra offered him this dress. The god Indra, the rain god, the one that is making something drop in on our roof right now, the water drops. Thank you.